People with narcissistic parents, how did they manipulate you? The offer came when I was desperate. 20 years old, washing dishes to pay for nursing school, watching my classmates stress about textbooks while I stressed about rent. My stepmom, Linda, found me crying in the kitchen after another rejection letter for financial aid. She sat beside me, rubbing my shoulder with this gentle touch I'd never felt from her before. "What if I helped with school?" she whispered. "Your father and I want you to succeed." I should have known. Nothing came free in our house, but I was drowning, and she was offering me air. She made it feel like love. Late night texts checking on my grades, care packages with my favorite snacks. She even started calling me our future nurse at family dinners, her voice thick with pride that felt too real to question. The bank card came with a speech about family, about how proud she was to invest in my future. I carried it in my wallet like a lifeline, using it only for books and lab fees, texting her every receipt like she asked. For 8 months, I felt grateful. Actually, grateful. Then she called, voice breaking with terror. "I'm at the hospital. They found something. I need you here." The drive felt endless. 2 hours of imagining her alone and scared, thinking about how I'd been so wrong about her, how she'd become the mother I never had. When I found her in that hospital gown, pale and shaking, something in my chest cracked open. This woman who'd given me everything was facing cancer, and all I could think about was how I'd judged her too harshly for years. "The tests are expensive," she whispered, gripping my hand. "Insurance won't cover everything. I might need to borrow some of that school money back." The question wasn't whether I'd help. It was how fast I could transfer the money. $800 gone in one night. My final semester hanging in the balance. 3 days later, her Facebook lit up. Spa photos, wine glasses, massage tables, her sister laughing in the background. The caption that made my stomach drop: "Sometimes you just need to treat yourself." I called the hospital. My hands were shaking as I gave them her name. No record of a Linda Morrison. "Are you sure you have the right facility?" The silence that followed felt like falling. When I confronted her, I expected denials, explanations, anything but the smile that spread across her face. The same sweet smile from the kitchen that night she offered to help. "You're so dramatic," she said, like I was the child having a tantrum. "I never said I had cancer. I said they found something, and they did. They found that I needed a vacation." Then she opened her laptop. Columns of numbers, dates, amounts, 8 months of transactions, organized like a business plan. Every time I'd use the card, she'd move the money to her personal account. Every textbook, every lab fee, every parking permit, she'd been quietly stealing it back, building her own savings while I thanked her for her generosity. "This was never your money," she said, scrolling through spreadsheets that went back to her wedding day. "I've been planning this since I married your father." The recordings came next. My voice, tearful and grateful, calling her my bonus mom, thanking her for believing in me. Every vulnerable moment I'd shared, she captured as evidence of my manipulation. "Your father thinks you're ungrateful anyway," she said, closing the laptop with a soft click. "He doesn't know about our arrangement, and he never will, unless you want him to think his daughter stole from his sick wife." I sat there, realizing I'd been living inside someone else's carefully constructed lie for months. Every kindness had been calculated, every moment of connection performed. The next morning, I learned that desperation can make you clear-headed. My lawyer friend Sarah met me at the bank, where we discovered Linda's fatal mistake. The account was in my name. Every transfer to her personal savings was documented theft. The police arrived at dinner time. I watched through the window as my father's world collapsed in real time. The spreadsheets, the fake hospital bills, the divorce lawyer she'd already retained. She'd stolen $3,200 meant for my education to fund her escape from the family she'd pretended to love. Linda got 18 months. My father and I pieced our lives back together, learning to trust again in a house that finally felt honest. But sometimes, late at night, I still feel that moment when she gripped my hand in the fake hospital bed. How real her fear seemed. How easily I believed that someone who'd never loved me had suddenly learned how. The worst part wasn't the money. It was discovering how perfectly I'd been played by someone who knew exactly which parts of me were hungriest for love.